there are like a lot of times like some people started asking about like the Hingalaj Mata. Okay, so Hingalaj Mata, like somebody told me that, okay, Anna, like Hingalaj Mata is in the trouble and everything, like how we can save it. You cannot believe that like at one time, like when I was in full throttle about mapping the energy spaces, I was planning to go to Bangladesh also, because there are like 7 Shaktipeeths, and Sri Lanka also. Sri Lanka has got like 2 Shaktipeeths at least. And then like there's a Shaktipeeth in Pakistan also, which is in the Balochistan and everything. I was actually planning to travel to Pakistan also. Okay? But afterwards, like I found out that like, okay, like the situation is not right and everything. And I wouldn't thought that like, okay, like maybe like people will not be able to make use of it, because at the end of the day, like our objective is not about only about mapping, but also to ensure that like people can actually go there and make use of it. Okay, if people cannot make use of it, like they know about it, it's no use. So because of that reason, like I had that in mind, but like and last time, like when we actually went to Varanasi, it was my second time to Varanasi, and then we went to the energy mapping also, and we went to the Manikarnika, and we met one of our Anna who was a Hatha Yoga teacher. So we met, and another Anna was traveling with me. So we went over there, and then like we went to the Baba Kinaram, okay, Baba Kinaram Samadhi. We went over there, okay, and he was he's considered as the founder of the Aghori, okay, Aghori Panth and everything. So he's Aghori sect and everything. So he's actually like the mother goddess, or the Kul Devi was actually like a Hingalaj Mata. Okay, so like he had actually went to all the way to Balochistan in Pakistan, and then like he went over there, and in the cave, like it is said that like he had actually had the darshan of him. Okay, and like there is like a powerful places, and like in the if you look into the Varanasi, like there's a in the Manikarnika Ghat, like there's a place where like a Kinaram Baba used to sit, and like there's a samadhi also, like a big samadhi place is also there in Varanasi. Okay, so like why I'm like referring to all this is because like why it was like I was like telling you is like because after that few days back, okay, like what actually happened is like there was one Anna who actually messaged me on Instagram, possibly like you have found some of the videos I was speaking on like Linga Bhairavi. So like when I was talking about the Linga Bhairavi videos, you might have seen it, and then like he came and inquired about the Linga Bhairavi, okay, and he said me that like he was actually the lineage of the Baba Kinaram and everything, and then like he was doing the sadhana on the Bhairavi, and he shared a lot of stuff, like I cannot share it here. So we are like he wanted to understand like the yantras, and then like a Devi and everything, all that kind of stuff, and we had a little bit of very fruitful conversation and everything. So and this thing was coming back and forth, okay, because recently like somebody told me that like Hingalaj Mata temple has been destroyed and everything, all that kind of stuff happened. And because like since like it is actually not in India or Nepal or like any of these countries, like we don't have much control over like how the temple is getting managed or something. And then like somebody told me that the temple has been destroyed or something like that, okay, like it was a very concerning thing and everything. But like recently like I found out that like the temple was intact. It was actually the another temple like was demolished, like which was inside the middle of the city, because the Hingalaj Mata temple is not easy place to reach, okay, like I did a lot of research, and like it's far off in the desert, and like it takes a lot of yatra and everything. Currently like there's a Swaminarayan temple which has come up in like Pakistan, like which actually takes people to the yatra to Hingalaj Mata Shaktipeeth like every year. I did that much research, but I'm not planning to visit, of course. So why I'm adding all this thing is like this was one aspect of it, and I never thought about this, okay, like this thing Hingalaj Mata was coming back and forth continuously to me, but I didn't knew, like I didn't put like too much of a focus on that one and doing my own other activities and everything. And apart from that one, like a long time back, like one of the Hatha Yoga teacher, like who was actually been to Kamakhya also, and you guys know that like many of you have asked about the Kamakhya many times, and I've answered in like many different ways also. So he had actually shared me one certain kind of issue that like people were actually trying to stop the Bali Pratha at the Kamakhya. Okay, so because of that reason, like we actually did certain kind of change.org, and then we did sign the petition on that one also. And recently also everybody now knows about the Rajashri Nandi also, I think, thanks to Beard Biceps, of course. So after that Rajashri Nandi has signed, started a petition also saying that certain kind of development work is going on in the Kamakhya to develop just like in the Varanasi. Okay, so because of that reason, because this place, this Kamakhya, the Nilachal Hill, okay, it's called the Nilachal Hill. Nilachal basically means like a blue mountain. Okay, it has a lot of stories also. Maybe one day we can discuss about Kamakhya also. We do not know, okay, whether it is needed or not. So basically in the Kamakhya, there have been a lot of Sakta people who have been doing sadhana and everything. And I want to tell you one incident, it actually mind boggled me, okay, because me and another Anna was there, and then we did the sadhana, and then we went to the temple, and it's very powerful. I'll not go into too much detail. I have spoken enough about it. But I could see one, a particular, a sadhak, we do not know him, but he was facing the wall, and then he had a fire on his hand, okay. He was sitting like this, in the floor, and then holding the fire. And then we went back, and then next day when he came, he was still sitting over there, just like that, with the fire, unmoving, even hours and hours, okay. And he was in the same cloth, okay, same dress and everything. His cloth was also not changed, okay. So basically, which basically means that the entire hill has actually seen the energies and everything. It's more like a Kailash for the Sakta. I wouldn't say this is even less, okay. So it's more than a Kailash to the people who are the Sakta practitioners from the Kamakhya, because she's very, very powerful, and in my personal opinion, it has to maintain the way it is. Development has to go there, but not to intervene, because Rajesh Nandi, he knows better than me at least. So what he said was if you go and do certain kind of demolition work or a certain kind of development or something, it is going to impact the energy system of that place. So that was his argument, and then I signed the petition. If you guys are interested, you can ping me so that I can share that link to you. So basically these two contexts actually came, okay, Kamakhya is coming, going back, coming into the surface, and then after a while it is coming back again, and same way this Hinglas Mata information is also coming back and back again. So I didn't know why these only two temples, okay, not about the other temples. There are no other temples. Of course, Linga Bhairavi is right here, but this Hinglas Mata and Kamakhya was coming back and back again, and both of them had got the one common theme. Both of them had the common theme that they were both in certain kind of trouble. Okay, at least in the news. Okay, they were at least in the news they are in a trouble, because some people, whether it was a rumor, okay, the masalas of the news that is also there. So basically because of that reason in the news both of them are in trouble. Okay, so because of that reason why these were coming, and then I started trying to sit down, although I had actually given this responsibility to the another Anna, just like I told you that the another Anna is actually working on the AI now. So he's actually trying to train the set. I think many of you may or may not know the AI. So this Anna is now working on the data set that was generated through the Sannidhi.net research, and of course we'll know how it's going to go forward. One of the thing was to identify this kind of energy spaces and everything, it's impossible humanly. I can guarantee you that one. Okay, it is impossible doing humanly. These things are revealed by her itself. The data is revealing itself. That's why it looks very simple. But even to maintain this kind of intensity and then doing this is not easy task. Okay, I can tell you by experience. Maybe somebody might be more capable than me. I do not know. But now once that actually happened, and then I started sitting down after nearly 1 year, although I was not planning to map this, and I started plotting this Linga Bhairavi Bangalore, which is the temple that is going to be consecrated nearly now, as well as Hinglaj Mata. Okay, so Hinglaj Mata is there on the side, and then there's a Kamakhya. Okay, and one of the crazy thing is when I shared this kind of information and then trying to ask the relationship with the people, many things actually started unfolding. Okay, people have did a lot of research, and they said that Hinglas Mata is a place where like the Masat is like the Brahmandra, which is actually the part of the Sahasrara, actually fell off, and Kamakya is the on the other side, like it's basically the the organ, the like yoni of the Devi has actually fallen off over there. Okay, so these are like the genital of the Devi has fallen off. So these are like both of them are like very, very powerful. And the crazy thing about this is just like why this was actually correlated and related and everything is because if you look into the English Mata and everything, just like I told you, the sect of the Agoris, okay, actually originated from there. Okay, Agoris has got like a very powerful Devi consecrations and everything, and they can do crazy miraculous thing. I'm not going to share it here and everything. A lot of things I came across a lot of people of them also. So this is the origin of the Agoris, and just like I said, Kamakya, I would tell like this is actually more than a Kailash for the like a Shakta practitioner, okay, Tantra and everything. So these two energy spaces, and you cannot believe, like I do not know like whether people have drawn it or not, like but these two actually falls in the same longitude, okay. So if you go and check, like they actually fall closely in the same longitude, a very straight line. And on the bottom, like if you see, like there's a Linga Bhairavi temple, like where the Linga Bhairavi Devi actually originated at the foothills of the Velangiri. Of course, everybody knows. And if you just like measure the distance of both of them, okay, now you will actually get like a the isosceles triangle. Okay, this is basically the down facing like a yantra, as everybody knows about that one. And both of the sides are same, nearly same. You can say like in this big distance, like you can use tolerance and everything. And if you see like it's 1.098 that is come, but if you like a little bit round off, it will become like a what? It will become 1.1, okay? And 1.1 is basically what? It's the 11 is basically the Devi's number again, okay? So people may argue that like, okay, like you are making up or something, but like these maps are not going to lie, okay? So this actually may be like saying that, okay, Kamakya might be the oldest one. That was the first origination. And this is basically the second originate Shaktipit. And finally, like this is the Devi of the 21st century. Okay? Because like this Kamakya like practices and everything, this is also like a very, very secretive, and then like this is mostly done by Guru Shishya Parampara and everything. And this also does. Now with the need of the hour that like the world actually needs a deity like that is very sattvic in nature, and then like everybody can approach, and then everybody can practice and everything, and possibly like that is how like every story is going to join. Okay. And apart from that one, like the more crazier thing was about actually the another triangle also came into the being. Okay, because all this mapping and everything actually started from the Linga Bhairavi Kathmandu episode and everything. So if you do this like see like this is a perfect like equilateral triangle. Okay, how is it possible? Like you cannot even believe that the distances are like nearly 2,000 kilometers. Okay, and if you divide all the sides and everything, like it will come close to the one. Okay, so again here also like if you see like if you ignore let's say like a Linga Bhairavi Kathmandu temple, if you ignore, just like I told you earlier, like this is the center of the like Newar Vajrayana. Okay, this is a tantric like Buddhism place, like where you will get like a very, very powerful Devi temples and everything. Okay,